What's good, fam? Welcome back to Babbling Tat. Today we are diving into a principle that's simple on the surface, but packs a serious punch once you start living it. What you choose to focus on comes into focus. That one line. It shows up in spiritual teachings, mindset work, psychology, even neuroscience, because it's actually how our brains are literally wired. Your attention is like a spotlight. Wherever you point it, that thing gets brighter, bigger, and more detailed in your reality, and everything else starts to fade out into the background. Think about the classic example that most of us have probably experienced. You decide you're interested in a certain type of car, or you're thinking about buying one, or maybe you just bought it, whatever. And suddenly you see that exact freaking same make, model, and color literally everywhere. Everyone else owns this car. Parking lots, neighborhoods, the highway, literally everywhere. Now, they were always there, but now that your focus is locked onto it, you see them all the time. You notice them. Now, that is definitely not the universe just sending you all of this car. That is your brain filtering the world based on what you decided matters right here, right now. And here's the thing. It works the exact same way with everything else in life. Literally everything else. When your focus stays locked on what's missing, the money that hasn't shown up yet, the love that's not there, the body that doesn't feel there yet, the opportunities that feel just out of reach, right? That lack gets louder. It starts to feel heavier. It starts to dominate your whole view. But shift the spotlight. Start noticing what you do have, the small wins that have been stacking up, the moments of beauty or peace that are already here present. Maybe that progress that you've actually been making, but you don't notice because you keep raising the bar. We'll talk about that another day. But that starts to grow too. It gets clearer and it feels more real. And more of it starts to show up. What we focus on comes into focus. Hey fam, quick sec. If you're vibing with this, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss an episode. Support the show further by shopping RDC or buy me a cup of coffee. The links are all down in the description. Thank you for keeping this train rolling. Now, back to it. I've made a small, private rule, I guess you could say. Every morning, find just one thing that feels good or beautiful or worth appreciating. Now, it doesn't have to be huge, okay? I'm not asking you to name off all of these fantastic things that you're appreciative for. Not saying that you're not, but I'm looking for one small thing to start the day. I've been living this one out lately, and it is absolutely insanely wild how fast it totally shifts things. One morning, it was the way that my coffee smelled. Another day, it was a random text from my best friend that made me just absolutely freaking cackle down to my soul. Like, oof, those laughs you feel deep up in there? Yeah, one of those. Nothing dramatic, just tiny, honest notices of the things around us. But those little things, over a couple of weeks, the entire atmosphere in my life changed. The challenges were still there, do not get me wrong. Life doesn't magically delete the problems, and we're not just ignoring them, but they weren't the main story anymore. The good stuff started taking center stage, and it made everything feel lighter, and more so, it made everything feel more possible to tackle. And that's the real power here. Your focus isn't just noticing, okay? It's creative. What you give your attention to grows. What you starve starts to shrink in your experience. So, how do we actually work with this without it feeling like fake or like toxic positivity? Right? We ain't selling that here. Nuh-uh. Keep it real and keep it simple. Start the day by naming one, heck, maybe even 3 things that you're grateful for or proud of. Even if it is as basic as, I got out of bed, I handled yesterday without completely falling apart. Right? Little things, no matter what it is. And no one is judging you other than yourself. So literally, whatever you feel appreciative for, name it. Start building that muscle. When you catch yourself spiraling into the negative loop, pause for a second. I know it's always easier said than done, but I hope this sticks. Pause for a second and ask, what would feel better to put my attention on right now? Then go there. A good memory, a goal that you're excited about, even just a tiny win from today. Before you go to sleep, take 30 seconds to replay the best moment of your day. When I pick up my son from school, I have, instead of asking him how his day was, I ask him what his favorite part of his day was, his favorite part of school. Sometimes it's something that was on his lunch. Sometimes it's something that happened in class. Sometimes it's something that happened at recess. Sometimes, these are the ones that feel my soul, it was our jam party on the way to school. But the point that I'm getting at here is we're not just looking at the day as a whole, and if it was good or bad and comparing it to something else. We are specifically trying to highlight the things that we are trying to focus on, which is the good, right? The things that make us happy, the moments that we feel are best. So before you go to sleep, take 30 seconds, replay your best or favorite moment of your day. And let that be the last thing that your mind holds on to as you drift off into sleep. You don't have to pretend that everything's perfect. You are allowed to feel the hard days, the frustration, the grief. It is all part of being human. And again, this is not about ignoring reality, all right? Trust. I wish, but that would do us no good, okay? This is about choosing which part of reality gets to be the loudest voice in the room, right? Which part of reality gets to be the loudest soundtrack you are playing. And this ties right back into everything we've been talking about. Connection, vibes, attraction, inner work, shifting energy, all of it. Your focus is the steering wheel of it. Start pointing it towards what you want more of. And life will start to reorganize itself around that direction. So here's your gentle invitation this week, fam. Pick one thing, just one, all right? I know it's hard to pick. Decisions have been hard for me today, I tell you what, but pick one, just one. One thing that you want to bring into sharper focus, all right? Maybe it's your own quiet growth. Maybe it's finding joy in the small, everyday moments. Maybe it's trusting that good things are already on their way to you. Now, zoom in on it. Notice it. Give it your attention and your energy. And let the rest soften into the background for a little bit. Because what you choose to focus on really does come into focus. And once it's clear, it starts to expand. It becomes more of your story. Thank you for choosing to spend this time with me today. Remember, what you focus on comes into focus. You are the steering wheel. Steer it. Remember to like, subscribe, turn the noties on, and as always, I'll catch you on the flip side.